I'm going to teach you how a simple sandwich can help improve your PMP score and my golf game. Let's get into it. If you don't know who I am, what's up? My name is Scott Payne. I am the dude that helps people pass the PMP without the struggle, memorization, crying, discomfort, and worry that normally it comes with it. So if you're a visual person, you like to talk through things, you like to see things and put your hand on it, and at the end of the day, you're not doing this just to get your job better. You're doing this to be better at your job. If you're in that camp, any of those things, you're in the right place. Welcome home. Let's roll. All right, so if you want to talk to me at any time, and you should, reach out to me by pmmasterprep.com. That's my site. There's a button that said, yo, talk to Scott. Hit that button. You know what happens? Yo, you talk to Scott. And I'm going to diagnose your problems. I'm going to give you advice. You're going to get better. Or you can join my accelerator program. Surprise, surprise. Nobody gets in it without talking to me. All right? Because I want to understand what the right fit and we get forward. All right, so I led with the weird thing that said how a sandwich can help your PMP scoring and my golf score. All right, now, here's what I mean. Let me give you a little context. How we approach things and how we manage our ego I think might be in here, makes a giant difference. Now, let me ask, I'll do a little predicting on you, and then I'll tell a little bit about me. Is that okay? So first thing, I predict that when you're out there taking quizzes, simulator quizzes, this might happen. You might go take a quiz and you might get the first question right and you feel like you're a rock star. Yay. But then the next one comes and you start to trip a little bit and you get down to 50-50 and you can't really pick an answer. And then, and then you might feel like you get it wrong, or you do get it wrong, and then you feel terrible. So that you fall off the hill. And then you start to roll down that hill. Boom, ba-da-boom, ba-da-boom. You take the negative thing to the next question and you're like, I missed it. I'll never get it right. I always get down to 50-50 and I always pick the wrong one. And then bang, 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 it starts to cascade. You start to sweat. You start to go blank. You start to want to give up. And it kills your enthusiasm. It kills your confidence. It kills your desire to succeed. And it kills like your overall belief that you can actually get this done. Am I crazy? Or is this what you feel? Now, the reason why I know this is what you feel is because I listen to you and I talk to you all the time. And this is exactly how I felt when my wife told me to get out there, stop being so fat, and like stop drinking, cream in your coffee and go black coffee. Start drinking water and get outside occasionally and walk, or you're going to be dead, dude, she told me in nicer terms. And so what I did was I said, okay, I don't really know what I can do other than play with the kids, but I'll go play golf. And when I went out and played golf, this is what happened. I have some clubs and I hit the ball and sometimes it went well and I felt great about myself. And then I hit the next one thinking I'm like Tiger Woods Jr. and I would duck hook it and I would feel terrible. And then the next one I would hit bad and I would do worse. And then I ended up wanting to quit and be more stressed than when I left. So it worked negatively. Now, in that situation, like you face, we have to make a decision. And this dude I found online, his name is Golf Sidequick. He's awesome. He has a YouTube account. He's kind of a zen dude, but just relaxed about it. I think I have a partnership with him mentally. And what he said was, you have to handle your ego and understand it. Realize that you're never going to be perfect. And that the pursuit of success is what we want. And we got to be happy with it. Okay? That doesn't mean give up. It means how we manage ourselves matter. And then there are specific ways to handle a golf shot and a question that will help you do that. All right, here's what it is. Let's go to the golf shot thing. Imagine a ball in front of me, or you. Imagine in front of you, all right? What do you do to hit the golf ball? And I don't care if you hit golf balls or not. Picture it, bro. I'm drawing on a piece of paper for the visual people. If you're listening, just picture it. Golf ball in front of you, gotta go that way, straight ahead of you. What do you do? It's not a trick question. You probably, like me, walk up to it, you look ahead, you swing the club, and you hope for the best, right? And then you deal with the results. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Now, in reality, when I did that, and what you probably experienced on the exam, is I would walk into it and there would be all these decisions in my head. Oh my God, that bunker's in the way. Oh my God, that water's there. Oh my God, is it long enough? Do I have the right club? Do I have all these things? And while I'm going back to swing the club, all this stuff's spinning in my brain, and who knows what my arms are doing, and I come home and boom, it's less likely there because I don't have a strategy. I haven't let my muscle memory take over, and I haven't trusted myself. That's why I was hitting bad golf shots, I've realized. Not great, I'm getting better. Now, the same thing with your questions is you get into it, and it might feel you're in the middle of a tornado. We can calm that tornado by drawing a sandwich in our brain. And this is what I do when I hit golf shots. Let me do it golf shots. See that? I'm going to draw a new piece of paper. It's this real fancy like. No one's ever told you this stuff before. Let me get a blank piece of paper. All right. I'm going to say instead of having just the ball and I walk up to it, this is what I want to do. I want to draw a rectangle in the top of my piece of paper. For you listening, picture a piece of paper, picture the ball in the bottom half, about 2/3 down. The top, I have a rectangle. Underneath that, I have a little line, and it looks kind of like just a line that goes across, like a thin piece of bologna. And then underneath that, I do another rectangle. So I got a rectangle, a line, a rectangle. It looks like a really terrible sandwich. Bread, bologna, whatever you call it. Choose your meat, okay? I said bologna because who doesn't like fried bologna and cheese? Me, I like it. That's how I got fat. And so like 2 pieces of bread and bologna there, all right? Now, what I want to do when I do golf is I know that I have to hit the ball down. I have to hit the ball this way, right? So I am not going to walk into the second box first. No, Scott. No, you. Don't not do it. What I do is I walk into the first box, this rectangle on top. And that's my thinking box, all right? Thinking box. I don't think forever. I look at the shot. I look at the obstacles and hazards and everything there. I get the lay of the land, right? I see what's going on. I see the distance. I make a decision. I take a practice swing to warm up. I visualize it in my head. I think I know what I want the ball to do. I don't know if I can do it, but I know what I want it to do, right? I've made that decision. Whew. Cool. Then, when I make that decision, only then do I walk across this line of baloney. This line right there. That's my decision line. That's where, once I've made a decision, bro, I'm going with it. Turn my brain off in the analytical, spinning kind of way. Then I walk here. I get next to the ball. That's my feet. I swing. I let muscle memory to do what I have because there's a process to swinging a golf club or solving a problem. And I hit it. And then I learn from the result. How did it do? Was I weird in my voice? Did I not know or was I weird in my brain? Did I not understand where the club's going or the ball's going? All that stuff. So I have 3 sections. I have a thinking zone, I have a decision, and I have an action box. Thinking box, decision line, action box. All right, I'm scrimming this on a piece of paper. It looks like crazy person. I am a crazy person, but a crazy person for you. That's what helps me. Now, you're not hitting 5 irons. You're hitting questions over and over and over. So let me do this again. Draw 2 boxes, one on top half of the paper. Draw a thin line of baloney between it and draw a box at the bottom, right? So you got box, line, box. You can do this at home, right? And you can do this in your brain. Now, on PMP questions, what I want you to see is that this top box is our thinking box. And what's in that thinking box? The actual question, right? It has all the details in it, bing, bang, boom, all the 3-4 lines. When we get there, we don't even go to the answers. No, you and me. We think about the box. And this tells us where we need to go. It tells us where we need to aim the golf shot. That's the last line. I need to do this. What would the project manager do next? What should you have done? What are you doing now? How would you diagnose this problem? That's where we got to hit the golf shot, right there. All right, so we can see it. Here's the context of the course. All the details in here. The project manager shows up, takes over a project. It has this team. It's in this environment, this framework. The project sponsor's upset. The team's doing that. All the lay of the land is here. So if we know where we're going, I got to hit that direction 200 yards from now. And I know this is what's in front of me, the bunker, the water, this thin, this whatever the greens look like, these trees. This is all the context to the question. At that point, you, as the question solver, can make a decision. Here's how I think the shot should be hit. Here's how the question should be answered. So you're putting yourself in there and you're visualizing what the shot's going to look like. In order to solve this problem of what you would do next, I need to know the context and I need to visualize it in my head. Because all you see is yourself in that thinking box, right? Now at that point, you don't know if it's perfect. You don't know if you can accomplish it. You don't know anything, but you have a position. Then and only then do you walk down with your eyes past the decision line, right? Decision line, boom, and you go into the action box. And that's where we have our friends A, B, C, and D. And then we look at each one of those and say, does this one answer or align to what I defined up above? Only then do you actually go into the rhythm of solving a question. You turn your brain off in the super analytical, like, oh my God, I got to figure it out. You just evaluate, does this answer what I thought up above? And you go to each one of them and either say yes or no. And the most important words you need in the action neighborhood is because. Well, this will solve it because. It's good enough because, or it's not because. And you go through each of them and you nail them. So what you're doing is you're compartmentalizing your mind. Thinking, decision, action. All right? And you're going to look at each one like it's its own little baby, and you're going to take it in, and you're going to treat it right. And you're going to evaluate logically. Does it violate frameworks and rules? Does it, follow like a servant leader mentality kind of thing? Does it answer the actual question asked? If it doesn't, throw it away. Go away. Don't do it. If something in my golf swing doesn't feel right, I take a step back, I shake it off, and I come back. That's what we need. Doesn't feel right. Get rid of it. Go to the next one. Get rid of it. Go to oh, that feels pretty darn good. Let's play that out in our mind. Yep, that would solve it. I think that hits the shot. Cool. Let me look and see if this one gets even crisper. Let me go down to that one, D. Boom, it does. So what I want you to do is when you hit the shot, when you answer the question, it is one shot. It ain't all shots. I hit a bad one. I let it go. I learned from it. What did I do procedurally wrong and what did I not understand in the content? Those are the only things we want to learn from because that's the only way you can get better. So I want you to use that little trick. If you have problems, and you will when you start, then you have to slow your mind down and say, do I have the ability to suck up like a sponge what is really happening at top? There's no reason to start swinging at these questions if you don't understand where you're trying to hit them and you can't see the course for what it is. That's the game, y'all. That's decision making. So slow it down, see the course, and then pick the right ones that meet your standard. You're establishing your vision for the answer. Does it meet your vision or not? Once you kind of brace those together, the game gets easier. So what do you do now? You put this into practice. I have a detailed question solving and it walks through multiple steps, but essentially this is like the training wheels for it. Get you into like the buckets, then we go deeper in how to analyze it. So if you want to go elevate yourself, start with the sandwich model and then go into my 6-step model. Each one of those things lead into each other. You can do this. You're smart enough. You got to manage your heart, your ego, whatever you want to call it. You've got to manage yourself to say, I can accomplish this. I can answer these questions. I can hit good shots. That's what I tell myself this morning. And then as we go through it, we can do it together. So try it out. Let me know what you think. I know it's crazy, but crazy works. And then reach out to me, Scott at PM Master Prep, or go to pmmasterprep.com or 757-759-5282. That's my phone number. Anybody want to try to see if I answer? I will. See you later, alligator.